Wait, there's some. I think I see some guys dancing in Jersey City on a truck over there.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're.
You got good eyes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's far away, but
the last 3 hours I've been trying to wake them up.
I've got J fatigue, man.
Yeah. So
It's been 4 hours of
we're
J
viewed
talk.
out. We're viewed out. Ron's even.
Now I want them eradicated just so I don't have to talk about them.
He just called for the hall.
Do you want to go to a bar?
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
They call you a racist constantly, or white supremacist, or anti-Semite eventually, you're gonna be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been called a white supremacist.
Well,
times, so
I'm also called a Jew-loving Goyvin cooking for shekels. When you get to be a certain age, you don't give a fuck what people think.
I don't think you're lying for shekels like a lot of these people. I think a lot of these people are doing it and they're full of shit. I think you believe it, which is why I'm talking to you. I think you're authentic. I think you don't like Muslims, so it's driven you to take their side.
Yeah, that's valid. Maybe I'm just as bad as these students who choose the non-white side. I just end up choosing the white side.
I think that hurt too, because you guys are such fucking degenerate pieces of shit that were the pro-Palestine people. So it made you oppositely want to jump to the opposite side.
Yeah, but that's the pro-Palestine piece of shit is pretty recent. That's the past couple years.
They've been around for a while, but they got more loud recently.
I've been a Jew guy since I lived in Montreal. But you know, when they built this fucking Freedom Tower here that I hate, it looks like a Kleenex when you have like a bug in your eye and you want to pick it out. Yeah. It was like 12 years late, $12 billion over budget, more government fucking bureaucracy.
Yeah.
I always said they should have started rebuilding the Twin Towers on September 12th. And then you'd have British people who are like, you know, there's no evidence that the Twin Towers were even gone. all of the footage, yeah, they'd be bullshitting about the footage, and that would drive the terrorists nuts because they'd go, fuck. And I said it to a farmer once, and he's like, oh yeah, you want your fucking kids in that fucking building after they rebuild it? And I'm like, yeah, not necessarily. It could be a silo for grain. I don't care what's in it.
I would go in the Twin Towers to rebuild them.
Yeah, make it a Planet Fitness. As long as it exists. Like right now.
Is Planet Fitness that really bad one?
yeah.
I lived right next to it, so I had a membership, but it was a couple times ago in there to run, it was so embarrassing. People would be like, Jake Shills, what are you doing here? And I was like, no.
Can't be here anymore. I don't like this. I mean, it's a respectful memorial, but it also feels like terrorists see this and they're like, fucking yeah. That's when we really fucked up.
Yeah, you're right. You know,
if it was just a little plaque that said 3,000 people died here, that would drive the terrorists nuts.
But yeah, you know, I'm sorry, I just remembered. Didn't they try building a mosque here?
Yeah, they were going to build a mosque a quarter of a mile away.
But that's disgusting.
And so Greg Gutfeld of Fox News raised money to build a Muslim gay bar across from the mosque.
Yeah, I'm not anti-Muslim, but
the plans were scrapped after that.
The guy that was building was an asshole trying to like do it like
Yeah, I heard dumb justifications like, it's not even that close. Okay, we don't need a mosque within 10 miles.
I mean, even if they weren't the ones who did it, the point is, no synagogues are here. They're still, I think we need to reopen investigation. The problem is the people that did the investigation were like, this guy like, Chernoff, he's a fucking Israeli, his mom helped start Mossad. He's the guy that got all these people out of prison. He also wrote the Patriot Act, which was pre-written. He also had the machines for the body scanners that made him probably billions of dollars. So it's strange that this guy, who's a dual citizen, is the one getting all these people out of jail, leading the investigation.
Yeah, that is strange. But, I mean, the problem with all your data is you have this myopic obsession with Jews and what they've done. And so you have all this like, no, did you know that the first terror attack was done by Mossad? Like, I'm not as obsessed with Jews as you, so I don't have this same encyclopedic knowledge of everything bad they've ever done.
You won't be able to find another race that's done these type of things.
What?
You won't be able to find, like example, you can't find any other country with the same connections of, oh, Ireland did this, or Germany did this, well, Israel can, or JFK you can. So if there's connections to all the same, always leads back to the same people, maybe you should start asking some questions. It doesn't mean they did everything. I'm not one of the guys that behind everything. There's some things that I don't know. Like a lot of people say they're the ones that are doing the mass immigration. I don't know. I haven't done the research on that.
Well, you can't deny that Israel is much closer to America than Italy and Germany as far as their relationship goes. Like Italy's on its own. When was the last time we consulted Italy or they had anything to do with anything?
Does nothing for us in return. They spy on us. They fucking.
Yeah, but they're in a very strategic part of the world. Italy's not in a strategic part of the world.
What strategy does it? We don't take their oil. Like, what do we get out of it? Why do we need several military bases there? Israel doesn't let us put any military. We have none in Israel.
They're in the eye of the storm. It's a good ally to have.
I think we used to be really popular by Muslims until Israel. I think they're the reason why we're hated over there. I think they offer us nothing.
Well, I think we were really popular because they were much more secular. And now they're fucking Iran. Look at Iran in 1969 compared to now. Now they're fucking burqa-wearing freaks who call America the great Satan. They hate us. They don't hate us because of Israel. They hate us because of our freedom. They hate
people are really
They hate that women have short skirts on. They hate that we drink alcohol.
I actually want to visit Iran because like wrestling's massive over there. So my ears, Iranian people come up to me all the time and they want to come start talking to me. And they're like so friendly. They're some of the friendliest Muslims.
Well, Iran got ruined by Muslims. It's just like this place got ruined by Muslims.
I mean, my dad was over there at Green Beret. Unfortunately, he didn't ask all the details, but he was doing some operation over there that he definitely was turned off by our government, and we didn't feel very good over Iran on behalf of America. So it's like we were doing a lot of meddling before the revolution.
Yeah, well, you know, when you go through this audit of a country, including America, with a fine-tooth comb, you're going to find a lot of flaws. And they do this with America and the Indians, and we learn about the horrific things we did to the red man. But we're the only ones who do this. Like, everyone else gets a pass. You know? Like, there's lots of people researching Israel's corruption and what they meddled in. That's why you find the information so easy to find.
Well, this shit was all...
And there's a million things on America and all of their crimes and all that. No one is interested in Islam's corrupt history. No one's interested in you know, even in America with these black terrorist groups, black mass murderers, we never go near these subjects. It gets a media blackout.
We should be talking about those subjects.
And I'm just sick of you know, we're good for white guys being bad. Can we investigate some other people, please?
I think what happened is these subjects were all so off limits, everyone was banned, and then all of a sudden Elon loosened up Twitter a little bit, and knowledge just started flooding through with stuff that was censored.
But why is it all Jews? Why is there not... Why aren't, like, there's a whole...
Find it on some other people.
There's a whole Islamic cabal from...
Find it. Show the connections.
Islamburg up in New York City, all the way down to Mexico, New Mexico, where there's 3 kids starved to death by these black, they're usually ex-cons, but black Muslims who thought that, you know, their sons were being possessed, so they starved them to death.
People should be executed.
That wasn't reported anywhere.
Well, you know, I agree. You're talking about earlier about the zebra murders, which are some of the biggest serial killers.
The zebra murders, yeah.
Black people, it's not covered despite killing up to like 100 people.
Here's a good example. There's a new movie out called Sovereign with Nick Offerman, and it's about this evil man who brainwashes his son, and they go killing, and they focus on cops. Because that's our biggest threat is anti-government white guys. That did happen. It was the Beltway sniper. It was a black Muslim and his nephew, and they would drive to random gas stations and just assassinate people. But when we write the story, it's a white guy. Or that British kid who stabbed a girl in England, a black kid, because she was like 12 and he hit on her and she told him to get lost. They make the movie Adolescence, and they make the bad guy a little white kid.
I agree with you all this. They vilify the white man by most. And I'm not anti-black, but they always make like the black person the victim too. They pull them out of the crimes, and they by far do the most murders. They're saying it's like one of the most prolific serial killers. I lived in San Francisco. I never heard of the zebra murders. It's insane how big these were. It was like everyone was terrified in San Francisco. Just blackout. That was way bigger than Son of Sam. But everyone knows about Son of Sam. No one knows about the zebra killers.
Well, Son of Sam was a Jew.
Yeah, but they don't really, they call them white.
I just think a big part of anti-Semitism is linked to anti-whiteism, where we think we can handle infinite scrutiny and no one else can be questioned.
I think there's some of these people that link that together is true, but I think overall that's not what it is.
All the college demonstrations are with the kafayas, that's anti-white. They don't even know where Israel is. They don't know what river to the sea means.
No, a lot of people are, I agree with that, but most of this anti-white hate was originally pushed by Jews, force-playing
That's valid. Just secular atheist Jews who thought they were doing their parents a favor, and I would hope that after October 7th, these American liberal Jews realize, oh shit, the bad guys are not wearing MAGA hats. The bad guys are my kids at NYU and Columbia. The refugees I said are welcome here, and the black soul brothers that I thought was my main man, who fucking hate me because they see me as the pinnacle of whites. I don't know if they'll learn that lesson, but that's the lesson to be gleaned.
Yeah, and I think The problem is, yes, I understand you really don't like those people, which I don't either. It's like the Antifa crowd, and that also gives you, well, if these guys are pro-Palestine, then they must be wrong.
Well, I know their motives, and their motives have nothing to do with geopolitics.
No, it's true. Those people don't have true motives. They don't have good motives. For me, I generally don't want America controlled by another country. I don't like seeing kids get killed. I don't hate Jews. I don't want to push Jew hatred. But when you see the same patterns going over and over, false flags attacks, on Mexico, the following month after 9/11, Mexico wasn't getting involved, two fucking Israelis with Pakistani passports came in with grenades, bombs, automatic weapons. They came into Mexico Parliament. They're going to shoot up too much.
In Mexico?
Yeah, and they got stopped right before, and they pulled them and arrested them. Israel put pressure to get them pushed back. The news only covered it for like 2 days. The story got buried. Again, you can verify this on AI or Google. It's like so they were doing a false flag attack, pretending like they were Pakistanis, and they got caught. The story got suppressed because who runs the media? And like they just got that child, the dude that was trying to fuck a fucking kid out of jail in Las Vegas. You see that story?
No.
This is the guy who's in charge of censorship on Twitter. He got caught in a sting operation trying to fuck a kid. They arrested like 12 people. Everyone was kept in jail except we don't know exactly about it. It's conflicting stories. It might be the FBI or an Israeli DEA, who was born in Israel. They let him out and they flew him back and sent him back to Israel.
Huh.
People are just getting sick of a clear different treatment for this group.
Yeah, well,
it's not anti-Semitic to want
how
the
about
same
we
treatment.
do that? It's like when they arrested that guy, that the Mexican name, the fat guy, George Costanza. What's his name? George Carlos, the guy who was using his money to go get plastic surgery and stuff. Very gay dude.
Or something?
No. He's a congressperson.
Oh, like cartel.
George Santos?
He's always talking to me on Twitter.
And he got like 7 years for stealing a bit of money for a chin job. And I'm like, the Dems would never do that to one of their own. Why don't we do that? Like, let's have some corruption on our side. When I saw them pull out the hockey bag full of votes for Biden, I was like, where's my hockey bag? Like, I want to cheat. I want an Epstein Island. I want my own Mossad. I want to bust my guys out of jail.
It's almost like
they can bust a pedophile out of jail. I want to bust Proud Boys out of jail.
It's like we play a little too fair, and then they go again.
Exactly.
Like what they did for Proud Boys was truly evil, like on January 6th. But then we don't do the same thing back. So part of me sometimes thinks like, man, we gotta play dirty against these people.
Yes. Yeah, they're playing dirty. They don't, and it's like fighting. They don't appreciate when you're like, look, man, I'm a pacifist. I'm not going to punch you back. What does that get you?
I'd be curious the ethnicity of some of the judges and DAs that went after the Proud Boys and January 6th. And
Mark Dwyer was a biggie. I think he's Catholic.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some of these people. I could be wrong, man. It's very possible.
You're going to find Jews. You see them in your sandwich.
They are a lot of the ones, though, that are manipulating these laws. Like in San Francisco, for example, a Jewish attorney who ran, he literally said he didn't want to give black people the same sentence as white people because of equity. His parents were in the Weather Underground, which is a Jewish terrorist organization, but linked up with black supremacists.
I mean, it was a terrorist organization run by atheist white elites who have a self-hatred gene. And I think one of the reasons it's so easy to be anti-Semitic is because you're criticizing whites, and whites love doing that.
They don't call themselves whites.
Yeah, well, they are.
They push hatred towards. They push so much hatred towards white people, but they weren't white.
Yeah, well, you are what you're perceived as, and if there's a riot and blacks are burning down a city, and you go, "I'm Jewish," they're not going to go, "Oh, sorry, we're looking for whites."
But the fact when you call them whites, they say that kind of says the point. They don't view it, and they're pushing this hatred towards whites. You don't find that a little bit weird?
Again, lots of elite non-Jew whites push hatred towards whites.
There's some, but I think the biggest cases of it are mostly,
it's a Caucasian trait to hate yourself. And it works well 500 years ago in a snowy fucking alpine town. It doesn't work anymore, so please stop.
Yeah, I hate to self-white. We'll agree with that. But yeah, I think that's enough Jews for now.
Yeah, I got J fatigue. I said last time I'm done for a week talking about this. Now I'm back up to 2 weeks.
I'll wait a couple weeks. I'll hit you.
I feel like I got to take off 6 million days.
I'm Joey give you a call.
Yeah,
work on him.
All right, good chat.
Good chat. Hey guys, I'm demonetized everywhere. So if you want to support me and the podcast, go to fightbackpodcast.com and you can buy some cool merch, like the shirt I'm wearing now. Such an unusual bunch of people we have around.
Yeah. Maybe we should go out. There's a bar we can go to with Rampage later.
Yeah. Going out for late night tonight, but I'll go a little bit.
I want to do that on stream, so it should be good.
That'd be good. Film a little bit. Yeah, we do something like that earlier.
He was nervous to link you guys. Rampage said Jake and Nate always get into fights whenever they go out.
I've made a pledge to stop fighting, but so hopefully I can. After Thailand, I'm like, bro, I'm in my 40s. I need to stop being in fights.
Well, it's good content.
It's always good content. Okay, I'll do it for the content, Nico, just for you. Even though Nico was talking shit about us.
No.
Okay,
isn't that fucked up, real quick?
That is fucked up.
Nancy Whiskey Pub, straight up Church Street. It's a 9-minute bike ride.
In Tribeca, yeah, sure.
Nancy Whiskey. You'll probably beat us there. We're like 5 minutes from the car.
Explain how fucked up Twitter is real quick. You know, you can buy a verification. So I saw a verification of Sneeko talking shit with Nate. I introduced him before they were already friends, but then I told him, hey, you guys should hang out this weekend. I was so fucking pissed, and right away I realized it was him. But then someone also sent that to Nate while they were together. But it wasn't really Sneeko. It was someone they bought a verification, put his name, put his picture.
And it had a blue check mark?
Yeah, right? And I had just told, hey, go hang out with Nate. I saw that, I'm like, what motherfucker? And then someone sent that to Nate when he was with him. Fucked up, right?
But won't it say like 37 followers?
No, it has 7,000 followers.
All from that same line. People thinking they're talking to you.
See, I know you. So
But you got to get it reported.
I know you.
Well, it says it's a clipping page. It says it's like you know those like clipping pages.
But if you just see it, you go like, I know. I'm like, there's no way Sneeko would do that. So I looked at it real quick, and then I should have told Nate before I met up.
Well, what did he say?
He said he was cool. He said how people were sending him that when he was with you streaming, and he's just like, what? You didn't have a chance to look at it because you're like streaming. But he's cool now. I'm like,
okay.
No, he's just like.
Not a guy you want to.
No, because he's like.
If I ever fucking see you around.
He's like, I didn't think Sneeko would like talk shit about me. Because to me, I hate it if a friend like throws like jab. That's so different.
Nah, I would never do that.
No, I know you wouldn't, because it's like not. That's so unacceptable.
All right, let's go.
Cool.
So we're here at the Ear Inn, starting a tour. This says 1817.
Wow.
I think it was 1807 actually. But they say it was one of the first freed slaves. Some black guy named James Brown built it, and this used to be the edge of New York. The ports were there.
Yeah.
So all the guys who worked on the ports would go there waiting for jobs. And they had a whole hierarchy. There, like the captains would be there, the Chinamen with the hats, and they had the hooks for pulling the things out. So they would sit in different spots depending on their rank. And then a foreman would come in and go, we got a load, you, and you. And these guys would go and work for a while and come back here. But the problem was, the owners were like, you can't just sit here all day. So you need to drink.
Yeah.
So some days they'd be there for 8-9 hours waiting for a gig and they'd have nothing. So it turned all the fucking port guys into raging alcoholics.
Yeah.
All the shoremen. Maybe that's the origin of drunk.
Sounds like we're about to do.
Yeah. And then it had other lives, right? So that's the 1800s, 1850s. Then when they built Battery Park, they used the sludge from, I think, the Lincoln Tunnel, and they built an extension there. Then it became like kind of a artist hipster place up in the 70s, 1970s. And now this is all yuppies. So this is like that longshoreman bar or whatever is now like yuppie. Everyone is in finance there. And it's called the Ear Inn because part of the B fell off.
Interesting. But yeah, the original New York started like downtown and moved uptown.
Yeah.
So like Battery Park, all this was all the original walled off and slowly pushed up.
It was garbage too. It was marshlands.
Interesting.
And they always go, it was stolen from the Indians for $14. There's no evidence the Indians owned it. They could have just been nomadic, and they go, we'll buy this off you. And they went, yeah.
I'll take $14.
It's totally mine.
Give me that $14.
And then we realized, we discovered that there's bedrock down here. Hey man, I never know if someone wants to fight or say hi.
Yeah, right.
We discovered
no one ever wants to fight me, surprisingly.
It's the ears.
Yeah.
Then we discovered bedrock after we went north of the marshlands, and we realized you can have a fucking 50-story building and it won't sink. So that's why New York has this unique density of buildings, because they won't sink. It's all rock here. It's a great place to build a skyscraper.
Yeah. It's pretty nice. I like living down here. I didn't realize how important the train is, but
it's really quiet
down here. It's like quiet. Yeah. I miss New York. I love this city. You get so much hate from like the right wing, but some of the hate's deserved, but there's also some good things.
It's so dense that there's going to be every kind of scene, including anti-vax, conservative young people like those Red Scare girls.
Yeah. It was great though. Just the second I got out of the cab driver started cussing out the guy at the hotel. I'm like, oh, I miss New York. They're screaming, they're like, fuck you, no, fuck you. I'm like, oh, what a great city.